And now it is time. It's the moment you've all been waiting for. We have the founder, CEO of As a Matter of Fuck It. This is his launch. He's an amazing guy. Please make some noise for Tarek.
I don't know about you, okay, but I'm feeling like a tiger. This is, this is a very unique place for me. As a matter of fact, this has been a dream for about 2.5 weeks. And, it keeps going. And so I just want to start by saying that thank you for Anna and the host Tony and Bo. And I don't know about you, but I think, looking at you guys, I think spring is coming early this year. Look at it. So, it's, there are people in this room, or, this place. There are people in this room that, have been with me and the Zangmeister Center for, many, many years. And really, this is what keeps me going. And I joke with them every day in the office, and that's how this thing started. So I want to say hello to the Zangmeister people, my friends, my, two Mafia Lebanese people right there, my kids, and everybody else. There are some people we cannot name. Okay, so I'm 60 years old, okay, and I 59 I shaved my head, okay, and at 60 I started doing this stand-up. I'm not sure what's going to happen at age 69. I'm hoping more 69s. So this is the launch, okay? As a matter of fuck it. This is the second launch that we have done here at the Crescent, and then if we keep launching, I think we can get somewhere. So I am tanned, okay? I just came back from Brazil. And I was hanging out with the youth right there. And I don't know about you, okay? We were youth. We were good youth. We were okay. But these youth are really, really, really good. They got me to get a tattoo. The first time, yeah. It's called As a Matter of Fuck It tattoo. And so it's, and then they drink, okay? And then it's like, Daddy, you're not drinking. I'm like, they chug, these chug the jug, yeah, she's telling me. But the only thing that these guys don't know, they don't know what a shoey is. Do you guys know what a shoey is? A shoey is that when you chug from the woman's shoe. Yeah, that's what, and so this is actually a tradition in Australia and in the Chiriac family. As a matter of fuck it, the first time I chugged from a shoe, she said yes. And so, I travel a lot, okay? And people say you take too many vacations. I'm like, okay, I take vacations, but I travel, and the reason why I travel is to collect information. I go overseas, I collect information about, monuments, and then, food and languages, bikinis. I like to travel and just explore my life. Being an oncologist, you either can take that money, put it in the bank, or travel with it. And so I collected a new piece of information coming from Brazil. I realized that on the airplane, people actually don't go to the bathroom. Yeah. And what? And I'm a doctor, okay? So you're going to Brazil, and you know what the doctor recommends of how much you should be drinking. But because, I'm the doctor, so I talk to me. And we had this little discussion, okay, together. And so we talked, and I said, can we do it? He said, yeah. So we decided to drink more. The problem is, on the airplane, if you drink more, you better sure that you don't have a middle seat. And I realized is on the airplane, okay, there are 300 seats in that airplane that not the first class. And I've been in the first class before, sometimes. And so there is only 6 bathrooms in the airplane. And I'm sitting in the middle seat, and there is, 2 people from here, 2 people from there, and I'm like, okay, they're asleep. And I'm, following the doctor's orders. And then they said, so what am I going to do? I can't wake him up. And I said, surely they will go to the bathroom because, they've been drinking Pepsi and ginger ale. Come on. You go to ginger ale on the airplane. And so, but they never go to the bathroom. And so finally, I made it to the bathroom, and I realized it's the same people that always go to the bathroom. 300 seats, 6 bathrooms, 1 for each 50 passengers. There is no way everybody's going to the bathroom. I am. And so we go to the bathroom, and I'm standing around with a couple, 3 guys. Hey, how you doing? I see you again. Yeah, what's going on? And then all of a sudden, you hear the best noise that you've ever heard in your life. The toilet flush. It's like fish. I'm like, oh yeah, gives my urinal system a euphoria. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna just and then the next sound is the worst sound that you ever hear on the airplane. It's the second flush. And then this guy is flushing fish, 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 fish. I'm like, I'm looking to this other guy. He said, you know what's going on? I said, no. He said, I think he had the bad airplane ticket. And so that gives you dysphoria in your intestines. So I'm Lebanese, and when I first came to the United States, okay, in 1990, there's too many blondes. I mean, like, we're all dark people, and it's okay. And then my brother and my cousin, they were at Ohio State. And they would go to the bars, and it's like first week in the United States, do you want to go to the bars? It's like, yeah. And so we go to the bars, and these guys, they've been here for a while, so they just know how to talk to people, to, women. I don't know. I'm like, I talk to this girl and that girl, and nobody wants to talk to me. I think now they would. Yeah? Now they would. And so, and I'm like, I talked to my cousin, I'm like, what's going on? He's like, cousin, what do you tell them? I said, I tell them I'm a doctor. Ye? He says, what? No, you don't tell them you're a doctor, you tell them I'm a bum. So mind you, there is a language barrier, okay? First week in the United States. I still have a little bit of it, but it's okay. And so I'm thinking, like, we walk in the bar, and he says, this is the bouncer, don't, screw with him, etc. This, big guy. And when he said bum bouncer, I thought maybe it's the same thing. And so I went up to the next girl, and I said, you know what? She said, what? I says, I'm a bum. She looks at me like, I said, but this bum is also a doctor. And so that worked. And so I'm a Lebanese Catholic, which is okay. It's not, it's not a negative thing, but it's not a good thing. So I'm a Lebanese Catholic, and then, I don't know if you know about Lebanon, but Lebanon is split 50-50. 50% Christians, 50% Muslim. Yeah, the first thing that you want to know when you're talking to a Lebanese guy, what is his religion? Because your jargon may change. The N-word, it's worse sometimes. And so you got to know, you can't talk to a Muslim guy the same thing that you talk to a Christian guy. It's a different jargon. Yes. And you can't ask them directly. But I mean, if their name is Muhammad, pop, we got that guy. If his name is Johnny, but you know this, it's okay. But you get these names, okay? Like my name, Tariq. It could go either way. And so you don't know, so you can't ask them directly. So I met this guy one time, his name is Nasser, which if you translate in Arabic, it means winner. And I'm thinking like, this motherfucker, is he a Christian winner or a Muslim winner? And you can't ask them directly, so you ask these indirect questions. It's like, what is your favorite holiday? What do you do on sunrise? And I'm talking to this guy, and so talking to this guy, and then this other guy comes along. He's like, my name is David. I'm like, yeah, you are Jewish? He said, no, I'm Muslim. I said, if you're Muslim, then I'm Jewish. And then Nasser says, I'm Christian. Oh my God. So it just tells you that sometimes you have these stereotypes that you don't know who you are dealing with. And then we're all the same. We're all the same. We all just, worship the same God. Sometimes he's on the left, sometimes he's on the right. It's okay. The same God. We worship the same God. We get married. We get divorced. But there are things that when it comes down to food, okay. Muslim people, they eat halal. Jewish people, kosher. Kind of the same shit, but different spices. And then we as Christian, Catholic people, what do we eat? Gluten-free. And if you're Catholic, pop, you add some alcohol to it, and you go like, And so we all pray, okay? We kneel. Everybody kneels. I mean, the Muslim people, they kneel, they go up and down like yoga. And then, Jewish people, they kneel on the Western Wall and lift their hands up and as if they're lifting prayers instead of lifting weights. But we, Catholic people, we kneel and we stay kneeled and we close our eyes and we tilt our head because the priest is watching. We tilt our head hoping for the money basket to pass. So, you know, so I became a Lebanese American. Every time I tell people, hey, I'm Lebanese American, they're like, what? I mean, they don't hear the American. They hear the Lebanese. And so there is this taboo. I mean, there is a problem in this country, okay? You know, African American, you know, Hispanic American, Lebanese American. As a matter of fuck it, Asian American. I mean, Lebanon is in Asia, but it's in Western Asia. So I'm thinking about saying, like, I'm Western Asian American. Yeah, that would make it better. So it's not as scary, you know? And so I actually travel overseas a lot. And I see a lot of American people, they call them expats. So as a matter of fuck it, if you are not Native American, you're an expat in this country. And so that is my brother, okay, so he immigrated to Canada he immigrated to Canada, so he became Lebanese Canadian. But he didn't like it there, so he immigrated to the United States. So what do we call him now? Lebanese Canadian American? If he pays 25%, yeah. Or if Canada becomes the 51st state, which is not going to happen. So he's going to stay Lebanese Canadian. So this Lebanese American got married, which is okay. I mean, it's okay. I mean, I got married and then I got divorced. And so, I mean, divorce is such a, taboo, such a label, like, oh yeah, he's divorced. You know, you meet some girls that's like, yeah, she's divorced. Some people in this room been divorced more than one time. And so, you know, it's like, you know, they get this label, like, oh, you're divorced. Yeah. And so when I got divorced, you know, Bob, my next door neighbor, he said, you're dumb. I said, what? Everybody has a Bob in their life. I'm like, what do you mean? But like, and so then your mother calls you, you cannot keep this marriage together. You're dumb. And so everybody called you that you're dumb because you couldn't meet, so you become the divorced dumb dad. And then, you know, because you're a doctor, you become the divorced dumb doctor dad. D. So I tell these people, I said, you know, if had I stayed married, I would also be a D. How many? 4 Ds. It would be the married double dumb doctor dad. So which one do you want to pick? You know, and so, but you can't get rid of that label. I mean, you're divorced. That's it. Application, pop, divorced. You know, anything is the divorce. So, you know, once you get this, it's like, you know, fuck it. So you start adding D's. The dressed well. Yeah. The dancer. The dynamic, the desirable, the desperate for double D's. The desperate for a relationship and or a relationship. And so, you know, and so you carry on with your life as you know, this is you got that label. The DDD label, and so you make a good time with it and see how you can go with it. But you know, it follows you to the application, okay? You know, every time you file for it, like a passport application or health form, they ask you always: are you single? Are you married? Are you divorced? Or are you a widower? Ye. What? Why all these questions? I think, I think they should combine married and widower because she can kill you sometimes. And you become the widowee. Actually, there is such a word in English. It's a not proper noun, the widowee lake in Alabama. And then, you can get drowned there. Yeah. It means also old water. So you widowee. And then the other thing is this, this single. People ask me, it's like, are you single? Yeah, I'm single. How long have you been single? I don't know, it's been a while. And then, is there something wrong with you? I'm like, there's nothing wrong with you. Me, I'm just dumb. I don't know. Or a bum. And so, they ask these questions. So I think they should basically take the word single out and widowee out and put it married or not married, true or not true. Yeah. When I got married, okay, I think maybe I should move a little. When I got married, that was scary. You go up to the priest as a Catholic, au nom du Père et du Fils et du Saint-Esprit, Amen. And then they put this, I don't know if you know, as a Catholic, they put this crown on you and they give her a leash. And so, there's like, Amen. It's like, oh, and now I pronounce you. You're not supposed to be scared when you are getting married. You're supposed to be happy. I got scared. And so, and you're not supposed to be scared. Jesus didn't invent marriage. Marriage was recorded 2,000 years before Jesus. He didn't say it, it's the church. Jesus didn't do that. As a matter of fuck it. Almighty God created Adam and Eve from one of his ribs. They could not have been married. They had a relationship. So the application should say relationship or no relationship. AKA relationship. And so I had so many relationships. I travel a lot. I collect information. I am a bum. And I'm a dumb doctor. But, it's okay. It's okay. As long as you are happy. And so, as long as you're happy, who cares? And, but the more you do this, you develop a disorder. Okay? And so I don't know. I don't listen. Okay? I don't pay attention. I don't have a filter. Anybody that knows me, I don't have a filter. I don't have a filter. I can't keep a secret. These secrets are just like, oh yeah, this is a secret. Fuck you. But once you tell me it's a secret, it's out. It's done. You go to these meetings, okay, in the office, it's like, oh guys, this is a secret, confidential. So you cannot tell your significant other? No, you cannot. Fuck you. So and I make a lot of promises. And I don't remember. And so you live this disorder, which is more like the married mom disorder. Kind of the same thing, they don't remember. And so it's, and then you carry on with the the way I see people. Okay, it's simple. You have the unusual people and you have the usual people. I'm not an unusual person. Okay, I have a job. Look at me. Okay, I'm also not of the usual people. I have a disorder. And so, with this disorder, you just keep on with your having a good time, and then you hit 6 zeros. So I'm 60. The 6 zeros is like whoa. You hit the 6 zeros, and everybody is like, in life goes through stages. And then, your 1 zeros, all you're worried about is, which toy are you going to play with? And then when do you stop listening to your mommy? And then, then you hit the 2 zeros and you discover that you have another toy. And you're not the only one playing with it. And then you hit the 3 zeros and your mother is calling. What are you going to do with your life? You can't just keep on doing this. Like, that's easy. You become a doctor. That's the easy part. You become a doctor and then you get married and you have children. That's another joke. And then, and then you just carry, but things are not going very well. And then you hit the 4 zeros. October 18, 2004. I'm a Libra. And then, my kids wake me up and it's like, Daddy. I'm like, what's going on? Happy birthday? You gotta go and see what's going on in the front lawn. I'm like, what's going on in the front lawn? And so we go to the front lawn, we open the front door, I see all these little cute, pinkish fucking flamingos. I'm like, what does that mean? And so my wife at the time, she's like, yeah, you've reached your prime. I'm like, what? I reached my prime? Yeah. October 18, 2004, I don't know if you remember this date, but that is when the curse of the Bambino was broken. Babe Ruth was traded, from the Red Sox to the Yankees. And then for 86 years, the Red Sox, they couldn't get a World Series because they say that he cursed them because he was angry. And David Ortiz on October 18, he didn't like the Flamingos either. He hit that, in the Red Sox, he hit the home run that actually made them win against the Yankees, and they ended up winning the World Series. So I broke that. I cursed that flamingo. There is no flamingo in my life. I reaching the peak. Come on. Life keeps going up until you're done. Nobody's gonna bring me down. So I took one of these flamingos and I flew, and I hit 5 zeros, and then you get divorced and you get the BMW. And then you're going places collecting information. And so life is good, and so, but then you hit the 6 zeros, and your mother says, what are you doing in your life? When are you going to get somebody to take care of you and get you these, tablets when you are sick, and then give you the water to drink? I'm like, what? I said, like you, my daughters, they call Daddy, I think you've had enough. Yeah. Well, come on. No, it's okay. I'm okay, but it's and then they said, well, you gotta get on a dating app. I'm like, what? Me on a dating app? Look, my phone list is a dating app. Or the contact list is a dating app. It's like, no, you gotta get on a dating app. And it's like, there's something about me. I sometimes listen. I said, okay, but being old, maybe it's time to do that. So the dating app is another system. Okay, at age 60, what you need to basically play the dating app so you can actually maximize your dates. Nobody wants you at age 60. It's just like, and so they ask you these questions, okay? Do you like, pets or no pets? It's okay. I like pets. It's okay. I mean, I like pets, but it's like my relationship with pets is like relationship with grandchildren. You know, I'm not gonna just get a pet. It's like in the morning. It's like, oh yeah, go make caca. We used to have a pet when it's like, you know, Lucky, that dog, you know, he knew he would not poop because, you know, he's like, oh, he does this. No, 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 no. I don't have time for this. So I love pets, but they just let them stay, you know, where they're at. And so you have to choose pets. If you don't choose pets, you're down to zero. Nobody's gonna date you. But here's not the problem. The problem is there is a drop down. You gotta choose. You like dogs, you like cats, you like chicken. Habibi, I don't know. And I dated this girl, okay, and she had an iguana. And so, you know, she's like, you know, do you like my iguana, baby? I'm like, yeah, I like your iguana. I'm hoping that iguana, you know, sometime, you know, how long do they live? I mean, are they just like, you know, I researched it. And so, I mean, and so you put down that you like pets, and then you just move on to the next question. And so the next question is, what is your religion? Ye. Are you a Muhammad? Are you a David? Or are you a, you know, a Johnny? I mean, I'm Catholic, okay? And you know, if you put down that you are Catholic, you know you're down to zero. And so you can't just do that, so you have to lie. And then being a Catholic boy, good one, who doesn't lie, what do? You lie. And you put down that you're not Catholic. And then, you know, your ethnicity. You know, you have, you know, white, black, you know, black, Asian, you know, Chinese, I don't know, Hispanic. You know, there is no box for Lebanese. There is a box for others. If you put down that you are Lebanese, you know you're out. خلاص, it's done. Lebanese American, you're out. You're done. Yeah, and so, and being a good boy, a Catholic boy who doesn't lie, what do? You put down that you're white. Because you gotta maximize your chances. This is not about, you know, this is my mother is waiting, okay? She wants to see me with someone giving me my pills when I'm just like passed out. And so you need to just like, so you put down there, and then it goes to your their age group. You know, the age group, I mean, you know, I'm 60, okay? So I'm not going to date anybody that is 60 or above. It's got to be less than 60. You know, you got to have some leverage. And so then there is a cursor, okay? That cursor, you know, you can just push the cursor down all the way, and then the more down, these pictures keep flopping. They get better. You know, like, and they get healthier, and then, you know, there's no gray hair, and then less wrinkles. And then, you know, their bodies are improving, and then they drop the cursor at the age that is older than your daughters. And you tell the girl, which is 30, and you tell the girl, you're 36 and a half. If anybody asks you. And so, you know, and then there's all kind of questions about alcohol. No, you know, people who don't drink alcohol, pop, that's like Catholic people. You know, you don't want that. And smoking or not smoking, you don't want so you got to be careful, because sometimes they say I'm not a smoker, and then pop, she lights up a joint. I'm like, seriously? And so and then the most difficult one is the activity. You look at these activities, you have these people that are all like, you know, mountain climbing, and then you have, I don't know, just whitewater rafting, and then, you know, horseback riding. Habibi, you know, and it's so, if you don't put your activities, you know, you're out. And so I figured, I'll just say, okay, I'll do them all, and then if they ask me, I'll tell them I threw my back out. And then, pop, you push the button, and you wait to see, if you get any dates, and you're waiting. Nobody is calling. 1 day, 2 days, and then my daughter is calling, is like, what are you doing? Anybody called? I said, no, I'm learning jujitsu. That's what I'm doing. I mean, you just gotta increase your chances. And she's like, Dad, let me look at your profile. And she looks at my profile. It's too good to be true. I mean, it's good to be true. It's like, Dad, you gotta be yourself. I'm like, I don't do guys stuff. Okay, guys stuff and fishing. I can't even hold the fish and put it in the thing. I don't do that. And then this, the hiking. I went hiking one time. And I saw how the people coming down the hill. I'm like, I'm not going up there. I don't care. I don't have to. Why? And so it's just I don't go the guys stuff, but I think what's wrong with the dating app, they should have an option for, are you funny or not funny? You could be dating the best, waterboard, what's that thingy? The paddleboarding. Paddleboarding. You could be dating the best paddleboard guy with the best abs, and he's boring. And so, this is what, this is, I can make people laugh. And I really appreciate that you guys coming here and laughing, because that's really what makes me happy. I have one more thought, and we're done. So, being a doctor, Lebanese doctor, so it's not easy actually to be, you come to the United States and train. You have to have a certain level of, intelligence. And so, there's this Lebanese doctor who, he couldn't make it. He couldn't make it in medical school or whatever. So he went to University of Timbuktu. They have a medical school there. It's easier to get into. And then, he came back to Lebanon, and then he looked around, just wants to open his own practice, and he looked around and he's like, oh my God. They have, these billboards, or on their clinics or offices, they say, Dr. So-and-so, graduate of Ohio State University. This other guy, this is, Harvard Medical School. And then Royal College of Medicine and Université Descartes de Lyon. And so, this guy, he couldn't compete. What is he going to do? So he put up a sign. He says, if you are cured, you pay 100. If you are not cured, we pay you 200. University of Timbuktu. Yeah, the people, they saw this sign. I'm like, whoa, that line is like, they're going this way. Nope, it's going that way. And so this first guy comes in, he's like, oh my God, I'm going to make me some money. And so he goes in there and he's like, oh my God, you're the first patient. Welcome. This is such a privilege. Yeah, you wait till I'm going to do with you. He's like, what's wrong with you today? It's like, doctor, I cannot taste. You cannot taste? Get on the examining table, please. He gets on the examining table. He examines him. Open your mouth. Turn like this. But he calls his assistant. He has an assistant. He says, assistant, jar number 13, please. See, in Timbuktu, they make their own medicine. And so, jar number 13, please. The guy says, are you sure? He says, yeah, jar number 13. He brings jar number 13. He opens the jar. Open your mouth. Puts a spoon. Gives it to him. He's like, the guy's like, this is caca? Oh, you can taste now? Pay 100. The guy is like, what? This is crazy. He goes home. He went there to make 200. Now he's down 100. And so he goes like, this is not possible. So he comes back the next day. He's like, oh, we love repeat customers. He's like, take a survey, please. And so how can we help you today? He's like, today, doctor, I don't remember. I mean, I can't remember. Tell me anything. I can't remember. I can remember nothing. And he says, are you sure? Get on the examining table, please. He gets on the examining table, open your mouth, turn around like this. He calls his assistant. Assistant, jar number 13, please. The guy is listening. He's like, it's not possible he's going to fool me once, fool me twice. I mean, come on. They must have two different, 13s in Timbuktu. He brings the jar, opens it, pop, takes it, open your mouth. He gives it to him. This is the same caca? I was like, oh, you remember now. Pay 100. The guy goes home. He's like, how is it possible? It's easy. It's simple. You are cured. You pay 100. If you're not cured, we pay you 200. It must be very easy. It's like, this time I got it. So he goes the next day. He's like, oh my God, we love that we are helping you. He's like, what's the problem today, please? He says, doctor, no, not working. Yeah. What do you mean? It's like, yeah, I can't get it up. What? He says, yeah, try. You can. It's not working. Try if you can. He's like, what? Get on the examining table, please. He gets on the examining table. Open your mouth. Turn around like this. He's like, oh, assistant, jar number 13, please. The guy is listening. Says, jar number 13, you motherfucker. You think I'm stupid? Look, I'm gonna fuck you and fuck this little secretary of yours and your assistant. He says, oh, now you can fuck? Pay 100. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm very, very happy. And like I said, this is about supporting cancer patients.
Fuck yeah.
No, I was burping. And it's such a privilege to be able to go to work and take care of cancer patients. This is the work. That's what keeps me going every day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.